Hey folks, welcome back. My audio was a little bit low on my last recording, so I turned that up a little bit, so hopefully people will be able to hear me a little bit better without going through post, because I do tend to speak a little bit softly sometimes when I'm kind of thinking out loud. Anyway, welcome back to the second episode. We're playing as the Achaemenid Persians in the classical era, after starting as the Harappans, and kind of spent the first while bullying the red player here, who didn't get settled until like turn 40 or something. And then we took Byblos from who were the Phoenicians and are now actually the Achaemenids. They clicked up like just as I conquered their stuff. So I got the city here, which I'm going to pillage because that is a really, really crappy city. We are going to be looking to take over Kerma. However, looking at the cities that are available around it, I actually think like this city right here is in a better location than Kerma is. So we might see about pillaging Kerma. But we want to get in there as soon as possible before they have the chance to really expand it all. Where's my other army? There it is. So we're going to bring these guys up here. What's this? I think this is the one that moves me in this direction. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Which one does it want me to enact? The higher army cost. Yeah, so that would move me towards sort of world or globalism, whatever you want to call it. So I'll lose the extra combat strength that I'm getting. I think I can't afford that stability loss though. So I'm just going to enact that and live with it for now, because I don't think I need that extra +1 CS, but I do need the stability in that city. I don't have the stability to support rejecting that. Let's see. I'm going to put it on the river there. Get a little bit more production. And over here, Satrap's Palace. Wait, so why would I put it here? See that? This is it's the same yields, but right here I'm losing 2 less production. So I'm going to put that Satrap's Palace right there. And I think right there looks fine too. And that's also fine. Oh wow. Let's get the harbor first, because that is a crazy amount of food. And I think we look good here for now. We'll worry about the obelisk and the lighthouse in a little bit. That's not a super high priority at the moment. Okay, flood irrigation coming through. And, all right, so tech priorities. We want standing army for sure for the immortals. And then the other 2 priorities will be hydrology and philosophy, which are thankfully along the way. I just made some coffee, so I'm going to be drinking that throughout. I think we want to go for philosophy first over hydrology. I guess philosophy second after standing army, but before the 3rd tech, hydrology, because we do want to start scaling up our science output. Now, unfortunately, I do not have any grievances against the Nubians, so I'm just going to have to force it a little bit, force the issue. Okay, now that we've pillaged that city, we can just drop a new outpost down, and we'll get a harbor in there before we attach it anywhere. It's the most efficient way to get to Kerma. Really. Actually, I am an expansionist, which I forgot about, so I can just freely trespass into this territory. All right. Down here, I don't want to eat up a river tile, so I'm going to put that satraps down there. And kind of the same thing in this area, although I get more gold here, but end of the day, the river tiles are very valuable. Now, as far as other things, I'm going to queue up a few things that I want. We will get the food market eventually. However, I think we want a couple extra defenders in this city, just in case the Greeks decide they want to come declare war on me. I can't afford to let them take that city. Okay. Agrarian Star already. So let's get a very nice harbor down there. Let's check my other... Okay, I can get it. 12. It's not a lot, but it's fine. Might as well grab it. Now, if you'll remember from the last episode, I did take Respect the Sea's bounties, which gives me the extra food on coastal waters and lakes. So that'll give me a nice benefit. Now, I could use under one banner on that. However, I think I'd rather just pillage it. I can't remember if I have to declare war to pillage or not, to be completely honest. I'll find out in a second here. A standing army 2 turns away. I'm actually going to send these archers down here, because I don't like these guys. Right, I was good on the harbors in this city. So I want to think about where I'm specializing my stuff. So I think Byblos, I can actually specialize into market quarters, right? So I can get the markets rolling up in this area. And then Harappa is going to be very good for science quarters. Once I have those unlocked, I can build them out in this direction, and up in this territory will be pretty good as well because of the strategics. And then Mohenjo-Daro is one I'm unsure about. We can kind of go in either direction here. I guess we'll just wait and see. However, regardless, we do want these satraps' palaces. So I'm going to queue one up. It gives a really nice amount of influence, honestly, for how early in the game they come. Okay. I don't know where the Achaemenids are hiding their stuff, but... Okay, so I do have to declare war. So let's use under one banner. And see if they do anything about it. I can get another city here too, which I should probably start saving up for. So remember, the more cities you have, the more expensive it is to found the next one. So if I'm going to found one up here, I want to do it before I conquer a city. Realistically, I'm not going to capture Sus. I just don't have the army in that direction. So instead, I'm going to focus down here, use this against actual players, and then eventually, I'll wait for this to fade away and can take that territory, and I'll just found my own city up there. Be nice if I get a grievance here. I will eventually, but it's going to take a little bit. Okay. Now, on the other hand, I could just not found a city and wait. Okay, finally have some immortals, which is nice. And we are going to want some more. Harappa, I think you are my best city here. We'll have you produce a couple, and you can produce a couple down here as well. So I'll have a full stack of immortals, and just looking to claim as much territory as we can here. All right, you can just hang out. As far as tech, philosophy next, so we can start getting the research quarters. Okay, there we go. That's one player down. Oh yeah, Hoplite's coming in there. Okay, so we are going to need immortals in here as well. So we're going to take some time to build those. Just distribute my armies here, so I'm using my gold relatively efficiently. That is a strange attack. No, right. Oh, I see. Yeah, we'll just put him there. So we're just going to sit here and defend, and hopefully he dies. Or hopefully my guy doesn't die, but I think he probably will. Yeah. Weird that he has a scout running around up here, to be completely honest. It's pretty far out of the way. I'm a little worried about those hoplites, but I will have those immortals up pretty early here. And immortals are very, very good at defending cities. Okay, there's philosophy. 12 science there, that's not bad. But I do want to prioritize this direction and get a lot of adjacency. Like right here, there's an exploitable tile, but I'm not going to be building other science quarters around it, which is really the important part when it comes to science, is how many other research quarters there are. Okay, make sure we get that iron. And hydrology next, because we want the water mill and artificial reservoirs to really pump up that river output, because we do have a lot of rivers. Okay, Byblos should be fine now. Not concerned about these guys just rolling in and taking it at this point. I have a pretty sizable army here, so I'll just let it continue working on its existing stuff. All right, how are we doing here? Don't have any crises. I think I'm just gonna surprise war this. Let's get all my guys in a decent position here. Aha, they're out of position. There we go. And on the next turn, we can go ahead and declare war. Should try to attach one of these at some point in the near future. I don't need people on food. Let's put them on cash. Give me that cash money. All right. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. I'll eventually have some makers quarters in here exploiting that stuff. All right, so Kerma. All right, just surprise war. Now this terrain is really, really terrible for melee units, right? As you can see, it's a one tile entrance into the city. However, I do have a lot of archers. I'm going to have the immortals defend the flank here. Going to have the archers all kind of come on this side. And I don't think I'll get into the city on this round, but that's fine. All right. Oh, nice. That's perfect, actually. The reason I say that's perfect is if that unit had died, they'd just move another unit up. But now I can just get right in the city. Okay. I'm gonna have to reduce the number of missiles I have going here. This guy will be on a river, which will reduce his combat strength a little bit, but nothing terrible. Now the real question is, once I take the city, is do I actually keep it? I don't know. We'll have to see what its outputs look like. Should have moved him into the city earlier, but I did not do that for some reason. Maybe they'll suicide. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so there's Kerma in one turn. So they should surrender on the next turn. I don't want to move in that direction. I'll lose combat strength that way. I think we go for Demon Eyes. lose a little bit of food, but I have so much food here anyway that I'm not really concerned about that. We will want a lumber yard in here. Let's pick that up because we are working a fair few forests, so we'll get that first. All right. See if they'll take this fight. Nope. All right. Well, either way, I will take your stuff. Thank you. Okay. It seems fine, honestly. I just need this. I need this territory right here to really make this a functional city and kind of do like these 4 territories. So I have to wipe out these independents, which should not be too difficult. Okay, sure, why not? It's right back where I wanted to be, so thank you for that. Okay, we can have the Immortals go take care of this one right here. The Immortals should be more than enough to handle that. Oh, they're going to attack me, okay. It's fine. Couple more units than I thought they would have. Get my archers in first. I'll get my immortals. Yeah, that'll stop me from bringing in a unit, but it's not that big of a deal. I have more than enough on the battlefield here to deal with the things I need to deal with. Oops. All right. I'll shoot there and try to reduce the damage my swordsmen take. And there we go, just take that attack with the immortals. All right. So good night to that army. Take this attack here. Now, immortals up here, please. Thank you. Should be good. Scout Riders never stood a chance. Alright, let's focus on these Tassetti. That's a little too far. Whoops. Good thing I have another archer. There we go. Move him down there. You go right there. And we won't attack, we'll let them come to us for that little defensive bonus to combat strength. There we go, and that should be the end of red slash pink slash whatever they were. There we go, so that's 2 wiped out already. What is this? Okay. Distribute the damage a little bit so they heal in a reasonable amount of time. If you can distribute damage, it's usually better to do that. There are some exceptions to that, but typically, like if you're in your own territory, you want to have that damage more equally distributed and they'll heal up faster. We'll go for rhetoric. One thing I've noticed about my gameplay in the past is that I really don't build theaters until much later in the game, and I think that's a bit of a mistake, and perhaps why I tend to struggle with the Esthedera stars a lot. So I'm going to try to go for an earlier theater than I normally would. It'd be really nice to get another territory attached here. I'm going to let it finish some of the stuff in the queue first so it doesn't scale the industry cost too much of the districts, since those scale up with the amount that you have already. Okay. Put you there, put you there. No, you have to be there. Okay. They shouldn't be able to kill him, I don't think. Okay. Get them to the archers, which is good. Take the chariot out with the immortals, since they have the combat bonuses against mounted units. There we go. Okay, so no problem on the militarist stars this era. Plenty of independent people to farm for that. Okay, let's keep pushing here. Just go right in for an attack on this. Unfortunately, they have the high ground. I'm going to end turn and see if they attack me. Okay, or they can let me get rear attacks on their levies. That works too. Okay, so definitely burning that city. Do not need it. What I'm going to do, and this is something I do with cities I know I'm going to burn down, is have it dedicate its production to a shared project in another city. So like, I don't know, like right there. That's fine. Just out of the way. Okay, burn that. Where are all these armies coming from? This is a lot for an independent people. I suppose I'm fighting multiple independent people really, but they do seem to have a lot of armies. Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll just have the immortals finish them off there. And we'll just let that last warrior come to us. I need to work on my posture. I tend to lean forward a lot when I'm playing games. I'm still kind of leaning, but should sit up a little more straight. All right. Swift is actually very nice to have. I'm going to go for that, the extra movement speed. That helps a lot. I really like having movement speed. I wish they would not burn that down. Why are they even up there? Let's send them over there to deal with it. And then these guys should be more than capable of handling the defenders in that other city. Yeah, just in the same spot is totally fine. Religion. So, it is still the case that Bear Not, False Witness, and Give Alms are by far the best in this category. Like, Undertake Pilgrimage, not really useful. Protect the Weak is okay if you're really relying on garrisons for stability, but honestly, I don't think it's that difficult to manage stability, and if you're spamming a bunch of garrisons, then there may be an underlying problem that you could improve. +5 food on harbor is just not good enough because you're kind of limited by the number of harbors. I'm actually going to go for the money on market quarters. I could take the science on research quarters, but typically I manage to get the science stars without much problem. I think money stars are a little bit more difficult to get if you haven't selected merchants. So I'm going to take that, and it synergizes really well with the satraps' palaces that I'm building. So I think that'll do me pretty good. Oops. Yeah, I think I'm fine with losing a little bit of food there. Okay, manual battle. Either way, they can get to my archers. I think that should be fine, though. Yeah. 5 warriors. Okay. Very nice. And down here. That's fine. Let's get you up onto high ground. I should have done that with the immortals, actually, because they get bastion when they're on high ground. But, you know, it's not that big of a deal at the end of the day. Still remembering all the different abilities that these different things have. However, I can get them into the city and they'll get bastion in the defenses. So bastion is, they get I think it's +3 when they're on high ground or in fortified positions, maybe +4. I don't remember exactly. Okay, that was sneaky of them. Let's back you up. Okay, and no one can get there. Excellent. It's fine. A lot of damage on the archer, but not really that big of a deal at the end of the day. Now, is this a city worth keeping? Honestly, it seems kind of poorly developed to me. It has a lot of quarters, but not in very good places. So I'm going to have it work on the obelisk while I send my units there to get rid of it. What's this? We'll go for patriotic. We don't need celebrating, and we don't like the tradition access. We like, or axis, we like progress for the science boost. Okay, let's get rid of that. Just get them set up for the next attack. Likewise, send them over here. Okay. Temporary stability is not useful. I wouldn't mind the extra faith output for 1 pop. I mean, I lose stuff either way, right? I think 500 gold is worth more than 1 population, so I'll go for sacrifice. And then Kerma, you do have the stoneworks already. Okay, no more balanced policy. There we go. I don't mind farmers going on here after filling out industry because this is a very low food yield city. I think there's a possibility that we can just annex Sus, which would be kind of nice. So let's go for that. It's not a strategy I use very often, but I don't want to come up and deal with all these different armies, really. Sure, that's fine. And we want craftsmanship for the charcoal kiln, gets our industry up and running, and that'll get us through the transport galley as well, which will let us get down onto certain terrain if we need it, specifically onto the ocean. Well, not open ocean, but coastal tiles. Okay. I have no idea what they're doing here. What? I should have brought that guy in first, but whatever. They going... Yeah, why did they attack me? That makes no sense. Alright. Kerma. Let's get a theater. So recovering stability a bit. We will want the artificial reservoirs in there at some point. Byblos. Let's finish the flood irrigation, and then we can work on obelisk, and then we can work on the water mill to get some more production out of these various places. We will need more stability, so we'll queue up the aqueduct, and then we'll get the theater for the extra influence output. Okay, working exclusively on satraps' palaces here, which is fine for now. We'll need more food output in here at some point. Something I do a lot is just queue up stuff that I know I need eventually, right? Even if I don't necessarily need it right now. So I tend to have a very long queue and just adjust it as need be. Okay, let's move these guys around, because I do have high ground here, so I should get that bastion bonus, which is enough to one-shot them. Alright, that was a very strange attack from the AI. I have no idea why they attacked me there. And they're doing it again. What are they doing? I don't understand. It's so weird. Get some more adjacency. Really, I don't kill him. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Alright. Maybe they'll finally stop attacking me. How am I on Aerostars? Still have a ways to go on a few. Now, you know, if I really wanted to have the advantage of being the first into the next era, like, yeah, I could era up. You know, I've done reasonably well so far, but I think I really have the opportunity to get a bunch more Aerostars here, which, you know, fame's really the point of the game, right? It's how you win. So, I'm going to try to get as much fame as I can, per usual. Let's actually get in the city there. Take out these levies. So if you have like units that are flanking you, it's best to get rid of them so they can't like come around you and get rear attacks on their units, right? Because that's +4 combat strength, I believe, from rear attacks. So try to take out those outliers if you can. There we go. Oh my god, there are so many independent cities. It's okay. I'm going to be getting rid of this one too, I think. And we'll pull this guy down here. Though actually, let's oh, I haven't researched the transports yet, that's fine. We'll have them go check out that island over there. A little inefficient to do with an entire army rather than like an individual unit. But what are you gonna do? Aha. Ooh. Oh boy, okay. Thought I brought more mortals down here. Oh, I guess it was these guys. I should be able to survive at least a couple rounds. I'm going to need more immortals, though. It's a bigger army than I was anticipating. Oh, I need you guys, actually, to get rid of this. Thank you. And let's actually pull you back over as well. Okay, more immortals, please. And Karma can actually participate too. Just do an entire army here. Make a couple in here. I have plenty of population to support that, so. All right, let's check our deployment. So what all do they have? Okay, they do have a lot of archers, which is a concern because it means they can really plink down my immortals. So we want to put the immortals in the most advantageous positions possible. So right here they can attack downhill, which, I mean, my immortals would still get bastion from that spot, but it means they'll get worn down quicker than they would otherwise. So levies, we're going to want, let's see, I'm actually going to put a levy there and let them kind of take the brunt of the attack to start. And then hopefully I can counterattack later. I can't see the deployment zone very well. Put them back there. And then I can use the levies to kind of come in and fill the gaps as need be. Hopefully this is not too brutal. Oh shit. Fuck, I totally missed that archer. That's really bad for me. Yeah, because they're going to be able to get in the city already, which I absolutely did not need on the first round of combat. This is going to be pretty brutal, actually. They have so many units. Where did they get all these units? They must have been building, like, nothing but units. Yeah. Okay. They didn't even attack the immortals for the most part. Okay. So. Really the name of the game here is to just survive as long as possible. Need to sacrifice them. Really? I'm not going to kill him? Why can they not attack now? That doesn't make sense. Sometimes there are like little things like that that I'm not sure what's going on with the game. Like it said, why can't I attack after moving, even though it's an attackable unit? I'm really gonna get messed up here. I'm just gonna die pretty much immediately, I'm afraid. Take the attacks that I can that are like somewhat beneficial for me, but there's really not much in the way of that. Yeah, they just have too many units there. Go for a full army there. We'll do some archers here too, because I'll need some fire supports. Is there a way to speed this up a little bit? Sometimes it feels like the AI just kind of stand there thinking, and like, why do they do that stuff first? Like, they can win the battle on this turn, basically, right, with the units they have available to them. I'm going to get some coffee while this plays out, because the AI take forever. All right. I'm going to try to kill at least a couple units here. These immortals are pretty much dead. But what we can do is try to damage these archers as much as possible. Well, I got a little unlucky there, and they got a little lucky, but it's okay. All right. Yeah. You know, I should be able to handle this once the rest of my units come out. This is a very big force, don't get me wrong. But I do have some terrain advantages if they try to push into me, which they will, because they're the AI and they're trying to win in their own unique AI way. Now, I don't want to try to reinforce this. That's not a winning proposition for me. I need to reconsolidate my forces. Should be able to knock that archer out, though. There we go. Any little advantage I can get. Okay, and they somehow survived a turn, which is nice. That'll buy me a little bit of time. So the one thing I don't know is which direction they're going to go next, right? So are they going to go towards Kerma, or are they going to go towards Mohenjo-Daro? Now, Mohenjo-Daro is a much more important city, so I'm going to prioritize defending it over my other options. I'm going to lose quite a bit of stability here because I just lost a bunch of luxury resources. Now, I can create a city if I want. But I don't think I'm going to at the moment. Actually, I needed to found an outpost there. I forgot about that. Get these satraps queued up so I don't forget about them. Right there is fine. And oops, my mouse is being a little finicky. I've been having a couple issues with it for a little while. Okay, I am going to have to push into them if they continue to just sit there, because otherwise they will take Biblos from me. Okay, so it looks like they're going for Kerma, which is actually ideal because it's a city where their numbers aren't going to be very advantageous for them. So I'm going to move all my units over in that direction because I think between the armies that these two are creating, Mohenjo-Daro should be okay on its own for a few turns. And if I see them moving in that direction, then I can move up that way myself. Let's see what they do. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I am going to sortie. Now, I believe they have more archers. Oh no, they only have 3. Okay. Just put them there for now. Okay, so I want all my levies kind of in the back. They're not particularly useful for me. They're just too low combat strength. See, that does go all the way around. I'm going to put a blocker unit over there, just so I don't forget about that flank. I think this looks okay for now. All right. Okay, so let's get this chariot, maybe. Actually, I think it would be better to push along the top here. Let's do that. Let's focus on these swords. Because they can only, right, it's a single tile choke point, which is really what Immortals specialize in, is holding on to those positions. So I'm going to spread a line this way, where they're not going to have any major bonuses towards attacking me. They won't have any penalties either, but that's okay. I think I can manage to hold them off. I do have more units this time around. So this is going to be a bit of a slower battle, just because of the nature of the terrain. Okay, so they're prioritizing my archers. That was a... Why would you move your archers there? That was a little silly of them. Okay. Okay, let's move you back. And I thought I could get my Immortal up there on this turn, but I suppose not. It's fine. Attack that chariot. Screwing up on my unit shuffling here. I'm not paying attention to all the terrain as well as I should. Okay. Well, obviously you have to kill those archers, right? We'll take shots on the hoplites as they're on the river. Obviously the hoplites are very good units, so if we have the opportunity to wear them down while they're in a crappy position, I will take it. These Immortals should be good for another turn. Okay, I have a combat strength advantage there, which is unusual against hoplites because they get bonuses from adjacent hoplites. So I'll take that attack while I have the advantage, because I don't know what they're going to do on the next turn. Hopefully that Immortal does not die. Okay, so we'll have to move him out. That's not so bad. Let's get you out of there. Move you in. And I'm going to start focusing on those archers now to the extent that I can. Take shots on these swordsmen while they're on the river. Okay. Move you back, you're getting kind of low. And I need to move them out too. So bring up some new Immortals here. And again, we're just going to keep holding with these units. Okay. I think that brings us to the end of this round of combat. Yeah. All right. So honestly, this is a pretty good combat for me. Oh, my mouse is screwing up again. I don't know what's going on with that. We're going to need stability in here too. Actually, we're going to need it ahead of the satraps, I think. And we'll want a charcoal kiln in here as well. All right. Back to this battle. This is really my priority before I do any major planning. All right. Let's work on these hoplites. There we go. Very nice. I'm gonna pull you back, move you up. I'm a little worried I lose him if I'm like not paying attention or something, or if they get a lucky damage roll. Move you up there. We'll use the swordsman because I value the health more on my immortals at the moment. Can I get a rear attack? No. If I move him there. There we go. Okay, so we'll take those rear attacks. I'm going to start moving these guys around this way. Just kind of divert them a little bit. They might take the bait and send units up that way. I'm just trying to avoid taking more damage or potentially losing units on this side if they decide to focus fire on something. Oh, they have reinforcements. Oh, shit. Okay. I'm going to have to fall back and bring my own reinforcements, I think. Let's start sending these guys down, even though it's not a full army yet. Ugh, that sucks. Okay. So let's bring these immortals in. I don't know why it's showing the battle zones here, but that's kind of annoying. All right. So, gonna need, okay, need to move this guy first. Pull you back there, pull you up there, immortal right there. See if we can knock these archers out, okay. These guys are dead. So I'm just going to use them to kill the scout riders. Now, if I could get that flag and keep it, right, then I win the battle and don't have to deal with all their reinforcements. So that is something I can try. I'm just going to go kill the scout riders here. You back in. Don't have a target for them. I think that's just the way it has to be for this turn. Okay, so my plan is on this next round to try to take this flag with a relatively healthy unit, if at all possible. And then I don't have to deal with all these extra hoplites that I really don't want to fight. Yeah, gonna lose a bunch of units this turn. That is unfortunate. But on the flip side, I've done way more damage to them than they've done to me, so. And on the next turn, if I need them, I have more reinforcements I can bring in, so it's okay. All right. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to get the flag there. Okay, let's pull you all the way back. And go up here and just hold that spot with the high ground. Pull you out. My archers down here. And I would like to get a shot with these archers this turn, but I don't think that's going to happen. Just move them over there. They move their archers to the strangest positions sometimes. I don't really understand why. Like, obviously these archers are going to die now, right? All right, and now we could go for fortifications to get citizens, which will help us if they bring in more armies. But we do need to start researching some of these techs. So I'm going to go for conquest, so we're set up for the next era of techs once we get there. Still have some era stars to go, I think. Bringing in any more reinforcements. Doesn't look like it yet, but we will see. Okay, goodbye archers. And we can finally get up onto this terrain up here. You want to shoot? Thank you. Move you up. Okay, hoplites can take that attack. I'm worried if I send these swordsmen down, they'll die to sort of concentrated fire. So I'm going to play this pretty conservatively. Whoops. Just make sure you don't die to anything. No funny business. All right. I'm going to divert these guys down this way. I'm going to move him down there. Does put him on a river, but I want to get as many archer shots as I can here. Move the swords out. Just because the hoplite or the immortals are a little bit of a stronger unit. Yeah, I can kill him. Okay. Let's see. And it would be nice to attach one of these. I'm going to go for this one, I think. Because I do have a nice harbor in there. I have a lot of stuff I need to build now. A lot of stuff. Okay. I do need extra production in here as well. So let's get that one satraps. Going to deprioritize the science because I still feel like I'm doing kind of okay there and get some production online. And Jadaro, I need some industry in here too, honestly. Okay, let's finish the archers. Don't have the watermill yet either. Let's get that. Try to maybe kill him. There we go. Okay, pretty good. Really need to take my city back as soon as possible though, because I am suffering ticking war support loss, which is pretty nasty. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pay to heal all these units because I do not have time to sit around and wait. You want to fight again? Yeah, I don't think so. Gonna push pretty aggressively here because I think I've taken out the bulk of their forces in that battle. Let's see how quickly they're actually able to replace anything. Now, I could go for an attack there. And I think I have the advantage. So I have some high ground behind me. And they are retreating, right? So they can't get away from that fight. Should have done this a little bit differently. There we go. So we're just gonna clink away at the hoplites with my archers. And if they want to try to come kill me, they are more than welcome to do so. Just like that. Okay, so we'll go for the ones where my archers have direct line of sight, because then they get better combat bonuses. Is it -3 or -4 for not having direct line of sight? I think it's -4. So if you have the opportunity to shoot directly rather than indirectly, is usually the better idea. Nice, I got a little lucky there. But sometimes you need a little luck, right? Let's just combine those two. There we go. How's Sus doing? Okay. Should be able to absorb it pretty soon. Alright, come here, Byblos. I really want you back. Join me. Actually, I have a pretty sizable army here. I'm going to leave an army in Kerma just in case. This should be enough to do all the things I need to do. Okay, so 3 more techs for the scientist stars, which is very doable. What turn is it? 83. For the first 2 eras, I kind of use the 50 turn mark as a sign that I'm doing okay. And so if I'm in the next era by turn 100 or so, I feel pretty okay about that. All right, so let's get back to work on things that matter here. I think yeah, it looks like I already built all the satraps, which is good. And let's see, we are going to need some stability. We'll get the theater as well for that extra output. We'll also want the gold generating stuff, I think, because I think I'm going to use the city for market quarters. Because honestly, it's pretty good. It's pretty good for markets. Non-aggression pact. Yeah, I don't really want to fight these guys right now. I can always break that later. I don't know how they met me. Move you up. Okay. So that should zone of control these guys. Aha, they're in the next era. What do they go as? Oh, right, they're still the Greeks. Okay, they've just teched ahead because they're the Greeks. Okay, going to protect, of course. All right, so we're gonna go for the electric boogaloo on Byblos here, round 2. Fortifications are probably a good idea here if they're going to be pushing with tech from the next era. So I'm going to go ahead and get that. Then I'm going to set myself up for feudalism with imperial power. 2 more techs for the scientist stars. Okay. All right, we do want to attach this here. This is obviously the much better spot. I don't even know why it's recommending that. That is bizarre. Now, if I could snipe these units without these guys joining the battle, that would be ideal. But I think I need to stay inside the city here. And go ahead and buy that. How many archers do I have? Not a lot. think what I really need is, I need fire superiority. Now, they can only direct fire me because they are using crossbows now. So if I can have indirect fire superiority, because they won't be able to target my backline units. So I'm just going to go ahead and get a whole bunch of archers in here. And let that war support tick down, because I'm not going to be able to push against pikemen, I don't think. Now, if I were the Greeks myself, I probably could do that with hoplites because of the adjacency bonuses that you get, but not with immortals. Immortals are a little bit more of a defensive unit, and I don't really have like a ton of high ground here that I can truly take advantage of. They're more choke points, which are defensive in nature. Okay. No, you can just stay there. Now I do need to make sure I am building districts, right? Because I want my builder stars too, if I can get them. How are we doing up here? Nice, okay. Let's assimilate and go on expert policy, do that first. And we're going to attach a couple things here. Oh, there's an army in there apparently. Oh, it's because of those guys. Okay. We will wait a turn, and then we'll do our attachments. In the meantime, let's get that satraps going. We'll want our pottery workshop, and then we will figure it out after that. Let's put you on money, actually. Why are they still in here? Okay. Either way, let's attach here. Let's attach here. Get some satraps queued up. Obviously, we want to get those in place before we go up to the next era. So I'm gonna try to avoid losing pop if I can. So we'll move some people off science for now. I think I'm doing okay on my civics. Nothing I really need to do at the moment. Okay, let's go back to work on the districts here. I have enough stability that I can worry about the aqueduct at a later point. So how many things do I need for builder stars? I still need 6. Okay, a little extra food is appreciated. Should really be working on another district here too, I think. Be nice to connect these, to connect this outpost to the city. I think we're going to do that with a maker's quarter, so let's do that. So that'll help me get my era star, but also it gives me a lot more wall to work with, which is very important for me in this situation. Yeah. Well, too late now. All right, well, these horsemen don't really do anything. And when I'm defending inside the wall, my immortals are going to have roughly equivalent combat strength to their pikes. Okay, so what we want to do is move the citizens out of the way for now. That one, okay. And I'm gonna have immortals there. Basically anywhere where there's a ramp up. I suppose it's more efficient to defend that spot right here. Let's see. So make sure they can't get back to the archers. They'll be on a river tile there. Make sure all my archers are within range here. can be right there. Okay, I think that looks okay. Pretty big battle here. Oh, that's a problem. Don't think I can hold that spot. Yeah, I definitely cannot hold that spot. But I just instantly die. Excellent. Just what I wanted. Okay, so crossbows are priority number 1. Anytime I can take out crossbows, I need to do that. Because everything else I can just press and turn against, but crossbows I cannot. So crossbows here and crossbows here are both attackable right now, so we're going to have to see how much damage we can do here. If their turn ever ends. I don't think I have anything else going on this turn, so... I think everyone's still available. I haven't tried this Swahili. I don't know if it's the game for me, but it could be an interesting pick. Alright, so... How much damage do I do those crossbows? Okay. I'm gonna really have to focus fire on those guys. There we go. Okay, I can do quite a bit to them, and it's worth taking that attack, but I'm not going to be able to kill them on this turn. Let's move these archers up here. Start plinking at those crossbows there. And everyone else basically just needs to hold their position. I'm gonna have to move some more archers down in this direction to try to take care of these crossbows, but I don't really have good firing positions, which is a problem. Oh, they moved one. Okay. Sure. You do that, bud. Okay. So since they moved those guys there, let's kill another set of crossbows. Come on. Ugh. That's unfortunate. Okay, we will cycle these guys. Why can't I attack? You know, sometimes I get a little frustrated by combat in this game, and this is one of those times. That should be a dead crossbow right there. It's very annoying. Hopefully this guy stays alive. Nope, okay. Well, that's too bad. But I don't think they can actually get in the city this turn, so I can just scoop my next set of immortals down there. I was not paying attention. I was too busy being frustrated by the fact that I couldn't attack what should have been dead crossbows. Okay, into the city we go. Alright. I'm gonna take the minimum number of shots I need there. Let's replace them with those swords there. Need to move these immortals as well. And Looks like I won't be able to do that. Well, hope they survive another turn. I mean, I knew I was going to lose some units in this fight. It's just how it goes sometimes. It's hard to see every single little mistake you're making when there are this many units on the battlefield. It's something that's just going to happen. Sometimes you do better than others. I would say I'm doing okay in this battle, but I've definitely managed larger scale battles better than this before. Okay. I might be able to do a little bit of scouting down into their territory with that army there. It'd be great if I could get that up. But I don't think I'm going to. I have too many other priorities. Yeah, there goes some immortals there. It was a mistake moving them there. I thought I could like use them to squeeze these guys out, but it's on a river, so they'd have to get on the river, which uses all their movement, and then get off the river again. So it was never really a realistic possibility. Still alive though. Okay. Move you guys back. And as long as we kill these pikemen, they can't get into the city, so I'm okay with leaving that spot open for now. Okay. So it'll seem weird. I'm going to move these archers down here just to try to take those pikemen out. Yeah. So I think that, yeah, so I can move them back here. And I'm actually going to, no, I don't want to let them get in the city. We'll move these ones over, have the citizens do a little bit of work on defense here. Hopefully they survive. My plan was to move these guys in, but then the pikemen could come kill my archers. I wasn't sequencing that very well. Okay, kill those pikemen. We are going to need to guard this because there's pikemen up here. Okay. I think I look okay. I'll probably lose these immortals, but there's nothing I can really do about that. These immortals are really doing work, though, honestly, even though I've lost a few of them. They're going to suicide all their scout riders into these guys. I love when the AI does stuff like this. Like, yes, it makes so much sense. Thank you. Okay. Take care of these pikes. Very nice. Go for that attack there. These guys need to move. These horsemen are scouts. These are horsemen. I think I'll be fine with just regular old citizens in that spot. Should wrap it up here. I don't really mind if that citizen dies to like these horsemen or whatever. It's not important if I lose a single population. Because like, look at how many of their units I've killed here from this siege. Again, thank you AI, that move made so much sense. Yeah, this is what I was talking about with fire superiority with the archers. Like, if I did not build those extra archers, I would have been in way more trouble here. And just move those guys down there, because then I can maybe get a rear attack in. Doesn't look like it. Any archers I haven't used yet? No. Come on, there we go. Wrap that up pretty nicely at the end of that turn. All right, and we'll recombine some units here and go on our merry way. They still have quite a bit of pop, so I wouldn't be surprised if they spit out yet another army, as the AI tends to do. So we will have to deal with that, I'm sure. But for the meantime, doing okay. Okay, there's Imperial Power. And we'll pick up probably foreign outposts. Military architecture is really not that important of a tech for the most part. I mean, it gets you to other things in the next era, but on its own is really not that useful. I do need to build the lighthouse at some point. Okay, that's going along all right. It's a pretty nice amount of food there. We'll make sure we grab that. We'll need animal barns, need the forge. Need 3 more districts. So let's make sure we get those. Okay, finish the satraps first because we're looking to era up soon. And we'll get the public fountain for stability. Okay, losing stability here. So public fountain it is. And going to change this to money over food because I have plenty of food in here now. I shudder to think what would have happened to me had I not picked the Persians. I would not have had a good time. Would have been very difficult. I remember thinking about, actually I wanted to do this a little bit differently. I remember thinking about picking the Carthaginians, and I would not have been in for a good time against the Greeks. I'm glad I recognized that. Okay, just keep everyone in my territory because I need them all to heal up a bit before I make any moves. How's my religion doing? Doing all right. And these guys can come down here too. Oh, what are you doing? See, if I attach that, it would boot them out, but right, because you can't do that anymore. Never mind. I just have to retreat from that. I need all my armies in one place to deal with that kind of fight. However, I do have my sort of extended area out here as part of the city now. So this is going to make my area much more defensible. There we go. Anyone get down there? Doesn't look like it. Okay, theater coming in. One more district for the Builder Star, and then I think I'm ready to go up to the next era. How many turns is that? Looks like it'll be 2 turns, which is fine. I'll just accept, it's fine. All right. I'm weaker overall. Interesting. We'll see about who's weaker overall. I'm just gonna let them attack me. They do have the Noble Javelineers, which are pretty annoying in the right circumstances. That's not the right circumstance for them to be annoying, to be completely honest. I don't know why the AI sailed their guys over here just to pillage my harbor that I can easily replace. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But let's go ahead and attach here. I'm going to go ahead and buy that. And then I think I'm all set on all the satraps that I need in my cities. Make sure we get that iron. Yeah, so we need to give it 1 turn so this can get a turn of production in there, and then we'll be good. This is going to need stability. Okay, what do these armies look like? Okay, we'll send this one up to deal with this guy. Everyone else is just gonna chill out for a little bit. See. I'm gonna go ahead and do that because they seem intent on bullying me. All right, and everyone else is gonna wait. Okay, so I think from here, we're good to era up. Someone took the Khmer already. Yeah, I'm not getting that as Theed Star. So let's think about the options. English might actually be very appealing. Simply because of the longbows, right? Because I have a lot of archers that I can upgrade. And, you know, it would help continue my theme of food. Now, Umayyads are, of course, the Umayyads, you know, the whole thing with them is getting next era tech. I don't think the Mongols are going to be good for me here. The Swahili are interesting, but I don't think they help me that much. Now, I am struggling a little bit with stability, which it would help with a bit, but I don't have like a lot of things adjacent to harbors. Let me double check their stuff. Yeah, stability on harbors. Yeah, and I don't think it does that much for me, and I'm not really trading. Now, I could do the Norsemen, right, because I have the religious tenet, respect the seat bounties, and that could get me a lot of food. I could also, honestly, the Aztecs wouldn't be terrible here. The Byzantines would be okay. I'm not a big fan of the Franks. I don't think they really do enough as an aesthete. I think they need to generate more influence, honestly. The Ghanaians are fine if you're trading, which I'm not really doing. Teutons are okay. I don't think I need help on the religious aspect. And since these guys have pikemen already, like the Teutons aren't as good in terms of their shock value, right? Because getting those Teutonic Knights are great, like when the enemy doesn't have a good counter to them. I think I'm going to go for the English this game. I really like the idea of having longbows here. So let's go for the English, and we will wrap up this turn. I think we're just going to play defensively until we have access to longbows. And the Morians are encroaching on my land here. We do need to get the lighthouse built at some point. Probably do it in the capital here to help with stability issues, but we need to get this other stuff up first. All right, go for siege tactics because that actually leads to other stuff, and we'll end the turn.
Wisdom.
Okay, so we're the English, and obviously 4 summons straight into that. Really need more science. And the nice thing about these strongholds is that they will help with my stability as well. So I'm just going to get a few of these down, and then we'll start the next era as the English. Whoa, mouse freezing up there. Yep, that looks fine. Yeah, that's fine too. Okay. Question is, are there wonders available? Yes, there are plenty of wonders. Okay, someone took the Great Mosque already. So I think we buy that, and we're going to get a bunch of focus on the lighthouse so that we can get that out quickly, and then change over, whoops, wrong one, to another wonder. That's fine. That's inaccurate because I'll be working some of those tiles. That's a good spot right there on high ground and all that. All right. And then everyone else can just bum around while we wait for longbows to come online. All right, there we go. So that's the end of the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one in the medieval.